you, Sanity. Welcome in. Anyway, so Xander was asking about that, and we've had a lot of conversations in Discord about it. One of the best things I saw posted was from a retired Maersk chief engineer.
Welcome.
Duckman, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. And you know, we don't really know anything yet. It's going to be a while before the investigation has anything to talk about.
Welcome.
Newbie, thank you for the follow.
Jurassic Park.
But one of the things that you can very clearly see when you watch the video is the ship losing power, right? And one of the things that I've seen people talking about, I saw this thing or a friend of mine sent me this thing on Facebook, and he was like, and it was basically to the extent of, it's not possible for ships to lose steering when they lose power, they have redundant systems. And I was like, okay, well, part of that is correct, right? You do have some redundant systems. Steering is not one of them, okay? There's only one rudder. You have a steering system that is tied to the rudder. What you do have redundancy in is there is generally more than one way to power the system that runs the rudder. This chief engineer was basically posting, he said, look, the ship is very clearly diesel electric. Most modern container ships are diesel electric. What does that mean? It means that there are a certain number of diesel generators on the ship that make electricity. And then every single thing on the ship runs off electricity. The main propulsion is run by electric motor. All the auxiliaries are electrical. The water maker is electrical. Everything is electrical. So as long as you have electrical power generation is up and running, the ship functions normally. However, when power is lost, everything goes offline. Everything. Now, a ship like that will absolutely have an emergency generator, okay? That is designed from the get-go such that when the power goes out, it detects, the sensors on the ship will go, oh, power's out. Turn on the E-gen, right? So that is normal, right? The E-gen will kick on. But the E-gen is essentially there for two main reasons. One is there's going to be a short list of systems on the ship that are identified as safety critical systems, okay? Those will be powered by the E-gen, and usually you measure that demand, and it's very tightly controlled in the design phase. The other thing is you're going to use that power and those systems to restart the main generators, okay? So what you're watching in that video is the ship goes dark. I don't know what tripped that, right? Something we'll find out in the investigation, but very clearly the ship loses power for some reason. The Roma's here. I'm not excited about that. And at that point, then, you have to start asking yourself, okay, so the E-gen is on the ship kicking on, and there's about a 60-second window in there where the ship is dark, and then they get power back. That ought to have been the end of it, right? You got a power failure, generator kicked in, we got everything back, we're up and running again. However, main power goes out again. Really? Really? Anyway, yes, NTSB 100%. NTSB is the National Transportation Safety Board. This is a transportation. This is transportation. Doesn't have to be airplanes necessarily. You're used to hearing NTSB with air crash investigations. But that's not the only thing. Anyhow, so then clearly something is wrong. And what this chief engineer's post is basically talking about, my God, look at the murder on the other side of the map, is essentially like, okay, we don't know what's causing it, but there's very clearly some kind of problem. His speculation was with the fuel system, right? Like that the fuel system had some kind of casualty that was then, oh, how am I lit from there? Oh, the Atago is here. Hi, Atago. Go away, Roma. I'm busy. Huh. It bounced. LOL. That's right, little Atago. You go ahead and come through there. And he was basically talking about, and so part of the problem seems to be that the fuel system is not functioning as it should because the main engines aren't able to come back on. Now, here's the trick. Once you've lost control of the steering, you're at the mercy of the wind. You're a giant sailboat. And this thing sits many stories out of the water, right? Many stories out of the water. And even a few knots of wind, and if memory serves, the wind was blowing about 10 knots that night, will do really bad things. And so the wind very clearly pushes her out of the lane, and by the time they're able to get power back on, they can't recover. So it seems pretty clear to me that this is just this is a really bad accident, right? I've seen people talk about, oh, you know, terrorism, it's intentional, and I'm kind of going, no, I don't believe in any of that. There's too many things that can go wrong on a ship for any of that to make sense, right? That should kill the Atago. Somehow he managed to live. Amazing. On like 4 HP. Hold on a minute. Oh, hey, Atago. How you doing, buddy? Ah, thank God. We finally killed the stupid Atago. All right. Nah, Killer, there's no need for that. That's honestly kind of overkill. If you tried to take tugs through there for everything, the delays on shipping would be fairly extreme, I think. So you really probably don't want to mess with that. You're better off sticking with the way they do it now. You just ship. I mean, the bridge is tall enough. Just drive the ship out of port under its own power. Now, the real tragedy is that because of the way the bureaucratic nonsense works in this country, it's going to take forever for them to rebuild that thing, right? Forever. Because nothing happens quickly underneath the weight of the American bureaucracy. If there's anything I've learned over the last few years, it's that is an ironclad guarantee. I think I might have just overshot the Roma a bit there. He's turning back in a way I had not expected. Or anticipated. No, we still got him to reset. Now, bow onto the Warspite or bow onto the Roma, I am not afraid. What I don't want to be is broadside to any of them or bow onto the Colorado. Those guys will ruin my day very effectively. We're only a ship down, but we have no board control right now, which feels terrible. Who was that? Jade with the follow. And Newbie, I think I missed you. Thank you. Welcome in. I'm racking up the reset ribbons here, I'll tell you that. I've lit this Roma on fire more times than he probably wants to think about. I've got a really good shot on this Talin if I can get my guns around for it without getting slapped by this Roma. And I'm probably going to get slapped by this Roma. But I feel like I have to... No. I feel like I have to take this shot. Woo, he lost me just in time. Oh, Don't Citadel me, bro. Excellent. Thank you. Oh, crap. He's going to be able to see me and Citadel me. I don't like any of this. Our entire team is piled into the same 3 squares. Have you noticed? I noticed. We have no map control because everybody on the team is in the same place. I have 26 base defense ribbons. What in the hell are the rest of you doing? Yeah, that was inevitable.
I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch.
Yeah, we have no vision on anything. Well, I have to go off by myself and hope I don't get murdered by the Lenin. That's basically where we're at in this game. I do remember the Ever Given. Yes. Ooh, Little Helena. That might go badly for you. Yeah. You should be careful there, sir. Ah, that's what's got me spotted. I'm like, how is this a thing? What a waste of my time this game was. I have 125,000 damage, 27 base defense ribbons, and we're going to lose this game because my team can't do anything.
Damn. Desert road, no gas, and no chicks.
I'm dead.
Much better.
Like... Hang on a minute. I have to downvote the entire team. Like, holy bejesus.
To Jurassic Park.
It's like, where were the rest of you? And why did you do nothing? You died to torpedoes. I don't know what the rest of you did. Like, holy hell. No, Cab, honestly, Baltimore is the only thing that keeps Baltimore balanced is the fact that she doesn't have a heal. If this ship had a heal, it'd be so obscenely broken, it's crazy. I like that, Grunty. So, Nathan, over on YouTube, the bridge that collapsed was not a part of I-95. It was a part of 695, which is a loop around Baltimore. There's absolutely an impact there. But it's not a part of the main north-south corridor on the eastern seaboard. What's going to hurt is that they aren't able to. A lot of port and hazmat traffic use that bridge, and of course, for the next 5 to 8 years, that bridge is not there, so they're going to struggle. So, Garon, you're talking about infrastructure budget. I disagree. The budget is not the problem, right? They'll find the money. The American government, the last 4 years, has been printing money like it's going out of style, right? That's why the price of everything is up 25%, because we've printed more dollars, right? So There you go. The trick is that the hoops you have to jump through in order to do major infrastructure projects, every year they get worse. Every year they get a little worse and a little worse and a little worse and a little worse, because no one will take the EPA and yank them by the collar and rub their nose in the pile of doggy doo that they've made and say, "Bad puppy, clean up your mess," right? I will not curse on stream. I will not curse on stream. I will not curse on stream. Wow. 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 Right. Right, Rommel. Exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, there's a whole lot of people in this country, politicians or not politicians, that bemoan the state of American infrastructure, right? We have a lot of, you know, airports, bridges, so on and so forth. The complaint is valid, but fixing it will require a mind change, a shift in thinking of pretty much America. Certainly America's political class, right? If you want to build infrastructure, building infrastructure requires the demolition of something. Could be an open field, could be a ditch, could be a mountainside, could be a forest, could be just an acre of trees. I don't know, something. In order to construct infrastructure, something must be sacrificed. But for the last 50 years, the environmental lobby in this country has basically said, no, thou shalt not do anything, without spending stupid amounts of money and taking way too long, to the point where the projects become cost prohibitive because you spend sometimes billions of dollars and you're never able to effectively recoup that investment. That's one of the reasons that nuclear power in this country has basically died.